Hello guys and welcome back to Big Brother, and today we are going to be recapping the third eviction, which is super exciting. We saw Patsy and Daly go head to head in the eviction battle, and obviously I feel like this was probably the easiest one to place bets on, let's be honest. So far I'm 2 for 3 out of guessing who's going to go home. I'm happy. I'm fine. It's interesting. I am excited to see how the rest of the series goes. So far, I have to give them their roses. This has been a fantastic season of Big Brother. There's been uncomfortable moments. There has been entertainment. There has been some amazing moments. And I'm excited to jump into this. This might be the funniest hour of television I've watched in reality show history in a hot minute. So let's jump straight in. So I don't know what person on the production team thought, let's make them all dress up as cats for the day. But that was the correct decision, because it was genuinely one of the funniest things in the whole world. Them dressed up as cats in a cattery genuinely had me in fits of laughter so many times throughout the episode. I started it off and I was like, what on earth is going on here? And I ended it thinking, yeah, this is probably the best thing that could have happened today. Usually I'm a little bit hesitant with all the tasks and the things. I'm like, do we really need to be wasting time on this? But I feel like it wasn't focused on the task. All they did was make them dress up in cat costumes and be like, okay, just do random things. Like Patsy, here's a laser pointer, go chase it. It was just simple things like that that really added an effect to it. And I was like, yeah, this is a lot of fun. This is so much fun. And Patsy was having so much fun running after that laser pointer. I was like, this is what she needed to cheer herself up. She's been miserable and now she's bloody having a ball. I was here for it. I thought this is absolutely fantastic. So then we had Ella having to make catty comments to people. I think Ella is one of these people that I went for a phase where I didn't really like her, and I'm starting to come out the other side and think that she's actually quite funny and she's got some wit in her. She did like say something along the lines of like, oh, I'm not a very horrible person, and I was like, no, I don't believe you are a horrible person, but I also don't believe that when asked to, you can come up with horrible things, because you did. You went around and you rinsed everyone to the point where Danny and Chesney were like, she must be on a secret mission. She must be on a mission to be just miserable today, because honestly it was really funny to watch. She was going around and just absolutely giving scathing, gutting comments to everybody. I think she had to do it to all 9 of our housemates. So, you know what? Fair game to her, because I think sometimes it can be a little bit hard to come up with those kind of catty comments, especially when you just walk past someone who's like, oh, I think like fucking shit today. Just something easy like that. My favourite one was when she went up to Daly and was like, oh, how many gold medals did you get? Oh, I got 2. Oh, that's not very good, is it? And he went, yeah, no. That was brilliant. She did the same with Chesney in his one hit wonder. Do you know what I mean? So that was very funny. But yeah, honestly, great vibes. She's growing on me very slowly, but I still don't particularly want her to make the final. Who knows? So, a cheeky little Crojo update for all of you Dance Mums fans. It's getting to the point where, like, it's very hard to defend his actions in this duo. It is just a little bit creepy now and a little bit weird. I'm finding it a little bit uncomfortable. But I think I'm just having to constantly remind myself that maybe the editors are wanting to do this on purpose. Maybe they're purposely showing us all of this without added context to situations. Like, there was a scene on Late and Live where he was like insinuating that he wanted to kiss her, and I was just like, this is weird. And then something like he went into the bathroom and there was a cat litter tray, and with Jojo standing watch on the like door, he started pissing in the cat bowl, and then she pissed as well. And I was sat there like, this is the most strange thing that I've ever seen in my whole life, honestly. Like, and we've watched George Galloway with Rula Lenska, I think that's her name, pretend to be cats and do a whole thing on Celebrity Big Brother years and years ago. And now we're watching Crojo piss in a cat litter tray. If that was not on my bingo card, I would have been pissed off because I'd have been like, if that is the kind of thing that would have turned up on a bingo card, I'd have gone, nah, that's never happening. And it would have happened and I would have had to have a party to celebrate. What on earth is happening with these two? I think it's nice that they have come together to have this really cutesy friendship, but it's just getting to the point where I'm just a bit like, really? This is getting a little bit uncomfortable for me to watch, because I also feel like, to an extent, sometimes Jojo feels a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's just the vibe I get. I don't know, I really don't, because like I have a lot of female friends and a lot of close female friends, and it's getting to the point where I wouldn't be doing some of this stuff with them. Like, I feel like at the start I was like, oh yeah, like, just have a cheeky little cuddle, yeah, that's nice. But now it's getting to the point where I'm like, I would not piss in front of my friends. Little bit strange, little bit weird, not a boy-girl dynamic in my head, do you know what I mean? I feel like that's a boundary that I'm not willing to cross. Obviously, girls, you piss in front of each other all the time. You're animals. I'm joking, you're not. But it is getting to the point where I'm finding it tough to watch. And it's getting harder to sort of rationalise his behaviour as well. Her behaviour, she's not doing anything out of the ordinary in my opinion. But him, I don't know, I just don't. Ever since that girlfriend comment a couple of days ago, I just don't trust it, sadly. So there was a cheeky little twist in the diary room where there was a box. And Big Brother was like, you can open the box. You don't have to open the box. You can come in. You don't have to. And Jack P. Shepherd walked in and was umming and ahhing and decided to open it. And it said, curiosity killed the cat. And he lost a life for the team, which was absolutely hysterical. I was under the impression that the 9 lives were for each individual housemate, not for the house as a total. But yeah, fair enough. But he did get caught. And then Donna went in and Donna went, I'm not going to open it. And then Big Brother said my favourite line of the entire episode, which was, well, if you're not going to open it, puss off then. Hysterical. Honestly, give Big Brother a raise, because Big Brother's been hysterical this series. Normally, people online are like, I hate this Big Brother voice. It's annoying. But no, I've been really enjoying the fact that Big Brother is like an entity rather than producers talking. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it really makes it feel like it's a real situation. Do you know what I mean? It makes it feel like it's an environment controlled by Big Brother rather than the producers who voice Big Brother. But yeah, that was such a funny moment. And then Danny came in and immediately just opened the box and went, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, for fuck's sake. And then he had the genius idea to go out and tell Donna that Big Brother had told her to be on all fours for the next hour. You couldn't do me dirty like that. You couldn't. Because for the next like half an hour, she was crawling around on all fours. And it was bloody hysterical. Honestly, I'm going to talk more about Donna in a little bit, but I think Donna might be my winner for the series. Honestly, when I tell you, every single time this woman opens her mouth, I am wetting myself. She's got such a dry sense of humour. Not in the dry sense that, like, Jack's got, where he's kind of, like, saying everything with a little smirk. She's completely deadpan, saying it the entire time. And it is brilliant. And then when Danny was like, no, you don't actually have to do it, he's going around telling everybody but Donna, and Donna's just crawling on all fours. Yeah, you could not be doing me dirty like that. I would be so upset. And then, do you know what? A couple of days later, I'm going to get you back with something. I'm going to get you back and I'm going to ruin your day as well. So, up next, we had a secret mission that Angelica got, and she chose Jack to help her out with this. And their secret mission was to steal all of the milk. Honestly, I was like, okay, cool, we're pulling off a cat burglary. You see what I did there? You see? But interestingly enough, she came out to the garden and was like, Jack, can you help me fold washing? And everyone in the garden was like, why is she asking Jack to help fold washing? They're definitely doing a secret task. But then, in true as they should, they just sat there and went, okay, we'll just let them get on with it. Because do you know what? That's exactly what you have to do. I'm not busting people who are on secret missions, because that's going to have negative consequences at the end of the day. Oh my goodness, that's Big Brother 101. Yeah, you know what I mean. But anyway, I really found this quite entertaining. It was great to watch Jack just like run around like it was so much fun. And honestly, you got to give him props where props are due. Jack is definitely coming out of his shell, becoming more and more entertaining. There's so many funny moments with him in every single episode. I've got a couple in my funny moments for the episode. And honestly, he's just such a delight to watch on screen, actually. And it's a shame that he wasn't featured so much in week 1. But Jack is genuinely becoming one of the people that, like, I enjoy watching on screen. So, because they passed the cat challenge, they got to do some karaoke. They got to do some karaoke. And essentially, it's just a bunch of celebrities killing iconic classics. And I have to say, fair game. Some of those songs were absolutely murdered. Some of them performed flawlessly, may I add. We had Patsy singing Karma Chameleon. We had Jojo and Donna singing What Does the Fox Say? And when I tell you, Donna, 10 out of 10 performance. I think she should go on tour with that song, you know. That was incredible. That was one of the best performances of a song I've ever seen in my whole life. And then there was a spot of drama. There was a little bit of drama surrounding Three Little Birds, okay? And I'm not talking about Angelica, Ella, and I've run out of the girls' names in the house. Hang on, let me think. Jojo. I'm talking about the Bob Marley song. I think it's Bob Marley. I'll be embarrassed if it's not. Because essentially, Chesney and Daly wanted to sing it. But then for some reason, Chris strong-armed his way up and was like, I'm doing Three Little Birds. And Daly and Chesney were like, well, hang on a minute. We're meant to be doing that song. What are you on about? And then that caused a little bit of drama. I thought Chris was being difficult, personally. I thought if they've already put their name down for it and they want to do it, why are you then going up and being like, I'm doing this. Because I'm not being funny. You could literally do any song. Literally any song. If they've got it first, why are you pushing to do it? It just felt a little bit weird and uncomfortable. But you know what? The more I watch this show, the more I'm disliking Chris. I went through a weird phase where, like, I came in and I was like, he's not, like, anything special on launch night. And then I really liked him by the end of week 1 after he stood up for Jojo. But now that, like, the whole Jojo and him friendship is kind of souring for me, and I'm finding his interactions with other people in the house quite jarring, especially in this moment, I don't think he's going to win the show like he thinks he will. I think he thinks that he's coming across a lot better than he actually is. And it's a shame because, like, it's one of those things where I just don't feel like this is gonna springboard his platform and his, like, role in the industry in the way that he wants it to. It's a shame, but that's the cards you're dealt at the end of the day. So it is time to talk about the eviction, and very, very sadly, I say very sadly, it's not sad at all because he was giving nothing. But Daly was the one evicted from the Big Brother house, and honestly, I'm not surprised in the slightest. I thought, do you know what? This guy needs to go. I've had enough of him. I've had enough. He doesn't do anything. He's lazy. Although he did say in his exit interview that he wasn't lazy. And I was like, well, the footage that we've seen does say the opposite. So I don't know about that. But I don't know. I just found his exit interview a little bit like self-serving and a little bit sort of like, not boastful, but like he thought that he was better than he was, because he was like, oh, the reason that I got nominated because they thought I was a threat. And I was like, bitch, nobody wanted to keep you in the house, so clearly you weren't a threat. Like, the thing is, if you get to the final, people still have to vote for you to win. And if you were voted out on an eviction night, what made you think if you made it to the final that you were going to win? That doesn't make sense. The logic is not logicking there. But anyway, on Late and Live, there was a particularly uncomfortable moment where Tiffany Pollard, who, let's just say, has really, really, like, turned up this week. Oh my god, Late and Live has been unmissable this week because she has been so chaotic, so crazy. I don't care if you guys find her too much. She is TV gold and she is delivering. Her constant jokes about Jack's thin cock make me die because they're so hilarious. Sometimes she's a little bit dodgy when she's talking about Donna being plus size, and it's a little bit like... But then you do have to remind yourself that she is famous for calling Gemma a fat you-know-what. So therefore, like, maybe it's good that she's finally using the term plus size. That is character growth, I guess. And then you've got Daly, who's sitting there saying something along the lines of like, oh, it's not a surprise that you don't have friends, to Tiffany. And Tiffany was like, hang on a minute, and like launched an attack at him. And I was like, do you know what? Fair and valid. They did make up later in the show, but I was like, what is it with these people? Like, she had a go at Trisha as well, because Trisha apparently said something not very nice to her off set. Like, at least Daly said it in front of the cameras, you know what I mean? Like, Trisha apparently said it backstage, and Trisha was like, not Trisha, Tiffany sort of brought it up on camera, and Trisha was like, we'll talk about this later. And I was like, ooh, what happened there? It seemed to come out of nowhere, but clearly no smoke without fire. So therefore, I just found his exit interview like a little bit uncomfortable, and Leighton Live with him was just a bit like, he wants Ella to win. Ella? Really? I don't think she's surviving an eviction if she gets put up, you know. I don't think she is. I think she'll be going. But anyway, that is all we got time for today. So let us head into some funny moments. So my 3 funny moments were Patsy and Donna singing the most tragic of songs. Patsy was singing like, we're all gonna die tomorrow. And then you got Donna going, ah. Oh my God, incredible. It was just the most beautiful moment ever, and I was pissing myself laughing. Then we had David Platt / Jack P. Shepherd making a cup of tea in a cat bowl. That was particularly entertaining and hilarious. And then we have the comment from Jack P. Shepherd where he was trying to get Chesney Hawkes to shit in the litter tray. He was like, yeah, Big Brother's been like, we have to shit in the litter tray in order to pass this task. And I just thought, you know what, this guy is constantly on the wind up and it's making brilliant TV. But that is all we got time for today, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Do all of that YouTube stuff that you guys do so well, and I will see you guys in the next episode whenever that may be. But until then, make sure to keep on ranting, and I'll see you guys later. Bye now. See ya.